Are you ready for the most successful year of your life? Welcome to Astrology by 33. It's an honor to have you here today. Let's dive into your 2026 Taurus horoscope and break it down super simple. We'll go over your money, health, career, and love life, plus what you need to focus on to make this the best year ever. What opportunities will Taurus have in 2026? This isn't just your sun sign. This is your rising sign or your ascendant. Your rising sign sets the stage for how the stars align with your houses. This video is your 2026 roadmap to unlock your maximum potential. Okay, so let's start with the good stuff. Jupiter is the planet that gives the most blessings and everything good in life. It's your overall prosperity and success. In 2026, Jupiter gets exalted, and that means he's in his very best and strongest position. That's where you get maximum benefit and maximum blessings. In June, Jupiter gets exalted in your third house, and it's going to stay there through October, so this is a time to really look forward to. The third house is your house of courage. It's also the house of action and getting things done. At its core, the third house is about movement. This is not the time to be sitting around. Now, Taurus is naturally a fixed energy, so sometimes you just may feel sedentary or stationary or kind of fixed, and you're good with that. But sometimes we need to get going and get things done, and this is the perfect time for that. There's a saying, like, if you're afraid to do something, do it anyway. Sometimes fear is just the unknown. So use this time to take action and to stop making excuses. If there's something you want to do, you can do it now. The third house is also about your siblings. These months will be a great time to prioritize them and spend some time with them or talk to them more than you usually do. The third house is also about communication and reading and writing. So if there's something you've been wanting to write, now is definitely the time. It's great for speaking, for acting, and for listening. The third house is also your house of strength, so you should be feeling more powerful, more capable, just better equipped to do what you need to do. It's easier to accomplish things when you feel strong, and Jupiter does that for you in this house. It's also firmness and steadiness and patience. These qualities help you accomplish what you set out to do. One way to make really good use of this time is to think of what you want to accomplish. Set a goal and write it down, and use these months to really work towards it because you can accomplish it. You'll have the courage, you'll have the strength. Your mentality is also in the third house, so you should be more focused also. So this Jupiter transit is definitely a time for you to make things happen. Jupiter only comes here once every 12 years, so don't miss this opportunity. These months can set you up for a long time if you accomplish what you need to. Now let's move on to the other really good planet, Venus. She's the planet of love and money. Now, for those of you who may have had a difficult time during the holidays, or if you just had some challenges in December, it's really good to know that Venus comes into your 9th house on January 12, 2026. By the middle of January, things are going to take a very positive turn. So you'll have 5 planets move into your 9th house. And the 9th house is all about luck and overall prosperity, good things, and optimism. Venus is very happy in this sign, and it's a great time to learn something new or study something you've always wanted to know. The 9th house is also the house of religion, so if there's a spiritual book you've always wanted to read, this would be a great time to do it. Then in March, Venus moves into your house of career, and she's in her best friend's sign again. So this can be a great time to try to make some money with your work and to work hard and get things done. Then through March, she moves through your house of gains, and during that time is when you could make some extra money. Okay, now here's a really good part for you. From April 19 through May 13 of 2026, Venus will be in Taurus in your ascendant, so that's going to be a wonderful period for you. Venus is your ascendant lord, and when she's there, she can make you very happy, healthy, wealthy, and just everything good in general. Now, when she's in your ascendant, she does have an aspect from Saturn on her, so during this time, things can be wonderful. Just remember to stay disciplined in everything you do. Don't think that everything is going to be an easy ride. We usually get things when we earn them, but if you have really good health practices, you should be rewarded with good health. If you're taking care of your money and being responsible, you should be rewarded financially. If you've been taking care of yourself and nurturing your emotional health, you should be happier. So Saturn can be there just to make sure you have some structure and discipline with all the things you're rewarded with. We shouldn't expect things to come to us for free, and I think that's pretty realistic. But also the universe gives us a break, and this is a really good transit for you. Now, June looks absolutely fantastic for you financially. Venus goes into your second house of money, and she's going to be there with Jupiter and Mercury. Mercury becomes good when he's around good planets. And you do not have any aspect from Saturn or Mars in this position, so this is a great time for money and for family. This will be from May 13 through June 8th of 2026 if you want to mark your calendar. Then July 31st through September 1st, 2026, Venus will be in your 5th house, which is a really nice placement for her. If you have children, it's a great time to spend with them and nurture your relationships with them. It's also a great time to trust your gut. Your intuition will be peaking at this time. Whatever feels right in your heart, you should trust it. Venus here makes the answers that come to you just feel good. They'll feel right. Then Venus moves into your 6th house on September 2nd, and that's your house of health. She's in her own sign there with her best friend Mercury, so this can bring you a wonderful opportunity for healing and to start feeling better physically. Remember your good health practices, to eat a healthy diet, drink plenty of water, and to do the things you know you should do to stay healthy. This time gives your body an opportunity to recharge, reset, heal, and to feel good again. So remember to take good care of yourself. Now, Venus actually retrogrades back into Virgo, so she's going to come back to your 6th house again on November 22nd. So this becomes an extra potent time to work on healing and establishing a routine that you know you can do every single day for the rest of your life that will keep you healthy. We are our habits. And the 6th house is very much about our daily routine and staying organized. These things go together. It's not about going on some crash diet or some fad or trend in the health industry. This is about doing things that are healthy every single day that you know are reasonable for you to do. Of course, we know we can't cook gourmet meals every single day, but we can prepare healthy foods, and sometimes the more simple, the better. Or have you been putting off that healthcare appointment? Maybe it's time to go and see what's really going on and fix it or heal it. Things look really good for you here. So this is a very special opportunity for you because of this Venus retrograde, that you get a few months to actually really work on your health, where Venus is there and she's going to help you, along with Mercury, her best friend. And even the sun comes in, and the sun is healing. So that's the good stuff. Now, for those of you who are still here and brave and ready for some challenges from the stars, let's move on to the neutral planet, Mercury, and see what it has in store for you for 2026. Mercury takes on the energy of whoever it's around, so it can be bad or good, or somewhere in between. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times in 2026, so it's always good to check and make sure we're extra clear in our communication. It's better to over-communicate instead of not enough. We need to remember that most people don't read minds and they appreciate details. Even if it's obvious to us, it's not always to them. Communication is the backbone of our society. What we say makes a big difference, and how we say it. Most people can pick up on a snotty tone or even apathy, so we need to watch our words. And let's move on to Mars next. What is he doing for you in 2026? On January 15, Mars becomes exalted, and that doesn't happen every year. It only happens about once every 2 years. When Mars is exalted, he's at his very best. He's considered his strongest. Basically, it's the good side of Mars. Things like courage, motivation, strength, power, planning, moving forward, not letting people push you around, the destruction of evil, moving forward without hesitation. This is considered the righteous position of Mars. So he's going to be here from January 15 to February 21st. And this takes place in your 9th house. So this just reinforces what we said earlier, that if you want to learn something new, Mars is here to help your Venus and Sun and Mercury. You actually have 4 planets here to learn something new, to go back to school, or to pursue spiritual subjects. Or it could be a great time to study genealogy on your father's side. The 9th house is also your father. Are you interested in learning more about your genetics? There are all kinds of websites out there that can help you track your family's heritage and your genetics. So yeah, the beginning of the year looks like it could be a really great opportunity for learning something new. And when you learn something, you discover something about yourself, and the world kind of starts to change when you're able to apply this new knowledge. It's like having a new tool in your belt. And that's empowering. With this position, it actually looks like you're a really practical person. You like to have evidence for the things you believe. That's Capricorn. You need to see it. So finding something to study should be practical. And interestingly enough, some religion can actually be very practical. A lot of people don't just preach. Some people will walk the talk. February 22 through April 2nd, Mars moves into your house of career. Now you might feel a little bit like a workaholic here because you have Rahu in your 10th house and 4 other planets. So you have Mercury, Sun, Mars, and Venus. So it's like a whole party here. That's a lot of energy. This might make you work like crazy. So like we talked about earlier, make sure you don't neglect your physical health, because when we're so busy at work, sometimes we just focus on that and we forget ourselves. But you will do so much better at work if you stop in the morning and at lunch and on your breaks to eat right, to drink enough water. Don't be like a camel at the coffee pot. Get enough sleep at night. And your career energy here can be very rewarding. Be careful with your coworkers and with your business relationships during this time, because Mars and Sun and Mercury are there with Rahu, and Venus, your relationships. So just try to make peace and get along with everybody during this time, because there could be some tension, some push and pull in the workplace, and that's normal with this much activity. It's actually a very complex energy, but if you know that going into it, you should be able to handle it better. And then April 2nd through May 11, Mars moves into your 11th house of gains. So Pisces is your 11th house. Jupiter rules Pisces, and Jupiter is best friends with Mars. So Mars does really well here. This is where your hard work should pay off, and you should start to see some profits and gains from your hard work. Mars is there with Saturn, so you want to be a little bit careful, but the scriptures say that any planet in the 11th house is beneficial. Saturn here reminds you to be very disciplined and structured. Be very careful with your money, watch it closely, don't do any wasteful spending, and you should be good. The gains may not be easy with Mars and Saturn in your 11th house, but they can still come with hard work. That's pretty much what Mars and Saturn together do. They just require hard work, action with Mars, and discipline with Saturn. So on May 11, Mars actually goes into your 12th house, and he's in his own sign of Aries. So it could be a great time to go to another country or out of state if you want to travel. Now let's move on to your Saturn in 2026. Saturn is the lord of karma. All the planets actually dish out karma, but Saturn is the main planet of karma itself. Now, just because Saturn is the lord of karma doesn't mean you're gonna have karma there. You only get the effects if there's something you've done in the past that you need to pay for today. So always be nice to people. Saturn can bring restrictions and obstacles. He can slow you down if he wants to. He can bring you challenges. But let's remember the positive side of Saturn as well. Saturn is all about hard work, endurance, discipline, sticking it out even when you don't feel like it, doing the right thing even when it's hard. It's self-control. It's not taking shortcuts. Saturn basically makes you work for it. It's being careful and it's being patient. And as we talked about earlier, Saturn is in your 11th house, and this is actually a really good position because it can give you gains and extra money. But like we said earlier, it may come with that hard work. But what doesn't get talked about enough is that Saturn rewards you. Saturn is the great mama in astrology. He can be tough up front, but if you followed all the rules and you've done everything you know you should and everything that's right, you can be greatly rewarded. Not a little, but a lot. Like filthy rich a lot. So when it comes to your extra money, and if you're working on building wealth, in 2026, continue to remind yourself patience and perseverance and self-control. Those things must be done first, and then the rewards can come. The plans of the diligent lead surely to plenty, but those of everyone who is hasty surely to poverty. Now, for those of you who want to know when the best time in 2026 is for your love life, it looks like it's going to be when Venus enters your ascendant, which is Taurus, which happens from April 19 to May 12. And that's the same energy we talked about earlier with your ascendant transit of Venus. I just wanted to let you know that this video is based on the sidereal zodiac. I mostly use Vedic astrology principles for all of my astrology work. So if you follow Western astrology and you're a Taurus, that means you're probably an Aries in Vedic astrology. So you may want to check out the Aries rising video to see if you resonate more with that one compared to this one. Thanks for subscribing and liking this video.